Good morning to all. I welcome you all for the first session of webinar series 2 on analysis and applications of NMR spectroscopy in pharmaceutical industries organized by our department. I am happy to welcome Dr. V. Mohan Raj, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Manonmaniam Sundarnar University, Constituent College, Kanyakumari. I thank him for accepting our invitation to deliver the talk today. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
I extend my welcome to faculty members from other colleges for this webinar. I welcome my faculty colleagues and my dear students for this webinar. Let me give a brief intro about today's speaker. Dr. V. Mohan Raj has completed his PG at Government College, Coimbatore and PhD at Bardier University, Coimbatore. Sir has 11 years of teaching experience. He worked as Assistant Professor in the Department of Chemistry at Ramakrishna Mission Vidyalaya College of Arts and Science from the year 2008 to 2019. At present, he is working at Manonmaniam Sundarnar University, Constituent College, Kanyakumari. He has published 24 research papers in reputed journals and 4 books to his credit. He delivered 6 invited lectures in national level seminars and guest lectures. He has contributed his research work in more than 15 national and international conferences. Sir has received grant of 3 lakhs from the UGC for his project work. He has produced 3 MPhil graduates under his guidance, and currently 1 MPhil scholar is pursuing research work under his guidance. So with this brief intro, I once again welcome you for this webinar. Now I request you to take over the session, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, madam. So, good morning to all. The most respected principals, Secretary, Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, respected Dr. Sasikala ma'am, HOD of Chemistry, Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, and my dear students, good morning to all. So before my speech, I would like to thank Dr. Sasikala madam, HOD of Chemistry, and Dr. A. Akila madam, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, to give me a wonderful opportunity to deliver my talk on analysis and applications of NMR spectroscopy in pharmaceutical industries. So I am very happy. So once again, good morning to all, and thank you, wonderful opportunity. So just I share my PPT. The topic of today, the analysis and applications of NMR spectroscopy in pharmaceutical industries. So first of all, what is NMR spectroscopy? So there are the many spectroscopies there. So particularly we called as a this NMR spectroscopy is very useful in pharmaceutical industries. That is very important. So today our content of this webinar, so some introduction about the spectroscopy, electromagnetic radiation, the properties of wave, the NMR spectroscopy, and some other pharmaceutical industries. So today I am going to cover this topic, and then first of all you must know that what are the uses of NMR spectroscopy in pharmaceutical industry. So pharmaceutical industry means that is called as the pharmaceuticals. There are the preparing the many kind of drugs. Drugs means there are the human or animals. So there are the many illness. So we have some many illness. So nowadays very important pandemic time because of the COVID this time. So the world will expecting. So what are the important drugs? What are the curing of COVID-19? So this property, this type of illness, this type of virus can inhibit some drugs. So there are the many pharmaceutical industries can do and preparing. So day to day there are the many drugs are testing every day. So here we are talking about the NMR, uses of the NMR spectroscopy. So NMR is a powerful tool for identification of molecules especially those of organic nature. So organic nature is very important. Organic means there are the important to identify the organic molecules. Most of the organic molecules having the hydrogen, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus. There are the some atoms, other elements is there. So here the strength of NMR lies in its ability to diffuse and identify the atoms on the basis of the chemical environment and the determination of the chemical bond and spatial relationship of this atom. So this NMR is only for the solution state. So in case of we prepared some other new drugs, so we cannot find out the structure. So we are very confusing. So what type of molecule inside of the compound. So suddenly you go to take the NMR spectroscopy. So you can find out what are the what kind of atoms is present. So basically the NMR is so finding the how many carbon present, how many hydrogen present in this molecule. So you can easily identify in this spectroscopy. You can easily find out the how many hydrogen present, how many carbon present, and then some other fluorine, some other phosphorus. So we can easily find out. So all type of elements, why this NMR is cannot give the signals, cannot give the some information, because of NMR is entirely different, because of some applications, some principles based on these studies. Okay, so now some introduction. So in 1864 Maxwell suggested the alternating current of high frequency capable of radiating energy of the from waves. So waves means in 1864 Maxwell suggested. So alternative current means AC of high frequency is capable to radiating energy. Radiating just you note it, the radiating energy form of wave. Radiating energy form of wave. This wave motion consists of electric and magnetic field. There are the two field is possible, electric and magnetic field, which is directed perpendicular to each other. That is very important. Directed perpendicular each other. So the velocity of radiation is almost equal to that of light. Velocity of radiation almost equal to that of light. So velocity of radiation equal to that of light. Hence he called as a electromagnetic radiation, electromagnetic waves. So we called as simple as EMR. So you see, simply this is for the wave. This is for the wave. So electric field, magnetic field, direction. So here we are talking about the electromagnetic wave or electromagnetic radiation. So which one is the source of electromagnetic radiation? So the sun is the source of electromagnetic radiation. There are the many kind of radiation is from sun. Here the interaction between, so interaction of electromagnetic waves with matter. So what is mean by matter? So matter means atoms, compounds, some other complex of organism. So there are the two way is possible. Interaction of electromagnetic waves with matter. So in case of EMR interact with the matter, there are the two possibilities. One is absorption, another one is emission. So absorption is first. So particles or atoms or molecules absorbed some energy. So suddenly some values, some signals we are collecting in our computer. So then suddenly the molecules or particles or matters will emission some radiation. So that is called as, so absorption is absorption spectroscopy, emission is emission spectroscopy. We call it as simply it as a spectroscopy. There are the many kind of, so just interaction of electromagnetic waves with matter. So there are the two possibilities, absorption is occur and then emission. So here now I am talking about spectroscopy. Here talking about the spectroscopy. Spectroscopy is study of the interaction of electromagnetic radiation with matter. So this is called as a spectroscope. Spectroscope broadly classified into two types. One is atomic spectroscopy. Atomic spectroscopy is atom. So interacts with EMR with atom. EMR is interact with the atom. That is called as a atomic spectroscopy. Another one is molecular spectroscopy. What is molecular spectroscopy? EMR interact with the molecules. That is called as a molecular spectroscopy. There are the two types. Broadly the spectroscopy is classified into two types. One is atomic spectroscopy, another one is molecular spectroscopy. So, madam, so can you visible my PPT, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, madam. So simply we called as a, so this is the way. So this is the way. So interaction of the electromagnetic waves with the matter. So this is called as a spectroscope. So simply here I am talking about atom. Imagine that. So this is for atom. So we simply imagine nucleus having the proton and neutron. Nucleus having proton, neutron. That is called as a nucleus, and surround the outermost orbit. That is, we have the revolving of electron. So we know very well the electron having the negative charge and proton having the positive charge, neutron having the neutral charge. So this is the atom. So in case of you prepare some drugs, you prepare some compounds. So definitely there are the atom combined with the compound combined with the compound. So this is the formation. So in case of the number of atoms is combined, so formation of compound. So every atom having nucleus, proton, neutron, and then electron. So here the NMR spectroscopy only interact with the nucleus, proton, neutron. So not electron, right? But we passed through some radiation, for radio frequency radiation. So suddenly to observe this radiation, nucleus. So nucleus means proton, neutron absorbed some energy. So what will be happen here? Some ground state to excited state. So whatever the atoms received any radiations, or UV or FTIR radiation, some other radiation will be received in the atom. So suddenly the neutron or proton or electron, whatever may be, so it will be vibrating in ground level. That is observed after the observation of the radiation. Suddenly it will be go to excited state. So ground state to excited state. That is it is habitually so occurring this atom. So here we are talking about hydrogen. Hydrogen having the only one proton, one electron. So everybody know that the hydrogen is the first atom, and hydrogen having the only one proton, only one electron, right? So another we talking about carbon. So another one example for carbon, because of we are talking about here the carbon, the organic compound having the most of organic drugs having hydrogen and carbon, and NMR is also detecting hydrogen and carbon. So this is the fundamental concept. So I am talking about the hydrogen and carbon. So carbon having the, this is for the inside nucleus, 6 proton and 6 neutrons. Already we know the very well the 6 proton having the positive and plus 6 neutron having the neutral charge, and then 6 electron is outermost electron is a negative charge. So we know very well about this. It's just that you know that what is 1s, 2s, 3s. This is for the electronic configuration. We know very well the electronic configuration. 1s means first orbital. S orbital is 1s. 1 means principal quantum numbers 1, 2, 3. That is called as a first orbit. That is called as a 1s. Second orbit, that is called as a 2s. So 1s to 2s to 2p and 3s to 3p. So this is for the electronic configuration based on this alpha principle. Then here I am talking about is 1s means one orbital. So hydrogen having the one orbit, s orbit only, and then carbon having the 1s to 2s to 2p. So there are the 6 electron, 1s to 2s to 2p2. So here the 2s means second cell. This is the second cell, and then 2p2 means p orbital. So already you know very well this 1s orbital or the s orbital is spherical shape, p orbital is dumbbell shape, right? Okay. So just that is a basic concept. Here another I am going to talk about interaction with the EMR. So suddenly, interact with the EMR. EMR means electromagnetic radiation observed any atoms. So suddenly, atomic nuclei, there are the releasing some energy, some signals. So ground state to excited state, electron, receiving some energy So there are the many radiation. That this is a core of radiation. So some other observation there and emission is there. This is for the interaction with the EMR. Here you see the electromagnetic spectrum. So this is for the sun of source. Already I told you the source of electromagnetic ray is sun. So just you cut it here, you check it. There are the many kind of radiation is there. Gamma rays, X-rays, UV visible, IR and some other microwaves. So this is the fundamental core of radiation. In case of cut and you check it, so there are the many kind of radiation. Why we call as some visible region having the color. So color means VIBGYOR, violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. There are the many colors is there. So our human being, our eye is detecting only for the visible region. We cannot see the UV, X-ray, gamma and IR, microwave, radio frequency. We cannot see because of our vision is only view for visible region only. So we can easily collect the violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So this is the fundamental concept. Some other radiation we cannot see, but there are some atoms or molecules observed these type of radiation. So this type of radiation core is called as a electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum. So just you collect it, you check it, the spectrum, there are the many kind of radiation. So the individual radiation give the some applications, that is called as a NMR spectroscopy. In case of you take the X-ray, that is called as a X-ray involved in the solid state, you can predict the structure of the atoms or compounds. In case of you take the UV radiation involved in these atoms or molecules, you can predict the molecules, for example means conjugation, non-conjugate, double bond, triple bond. There are some other UV visible is observed some other compound having the color. You can easily predict the compound having the color. Higher frequencies are identified for some other organic compound functional groups. You can easily stretching vibration, bending vibration. And then microwave, there are the predict the molecule is losing of molecules. You can use a mass spectroscopy. There are the involved in the microwave. And radio waves, radio frequency is called as only identified NMR spectroscopy. Here the radio frequency involved in NMR spectroscopy. So just you one point, what is electromagnetic spectrum? What are the electromagnetic core? That is one spectrum means it is a core of radiation. So we find out, we calculate the radio frequency here, right? Just the basic idea of the electromagnetic spectrum. Here, unit, you see, so this is for fundamental concept wave. This is the wave. So this is totally velocity, Vm is equal to per second. And then it is called as a frequency. What is a frequency? So there are the two units possible. So whatever the, take your spectroscopy, means UV, IR and NMR. So whatever the spectroscopy is here, there are the electromagnetic give the unit, first wavelength lambda, distance between two nearest crust and crust, nearest crust and crust. So this is for the wavelength lambda, total cycle, it is a number of wave cycle given in measured in H, that is called as a measured in H. The frequencies F is equal to mu by lambda, that is called as a H. So this is fundamental concept. Some other region for the electromagnetic radiation, visible region and UV, X-ray, gamma and radio frequency. Radio frequency is 10 to 10 to the power of 3. This is for the energy waves, radio and microwave, infrared, visible. This is for the radiation. You see here the region, radio frequency, microwave, IR, electronic and interstellar. So this is some other spectroscopy. In case of radio frequency is involved, that is called as NMR spectroscopy. Microwave is involved, ESR spectroscopy or rotational spectroscopy is involved. IR spectroscopy involved, IR radiation is involved, and IR FTIR spectroscopy involved. So this is for the fundamental concept. So this is for the idea of spectroscopy. So this is for the fundamental of spectroscopy is very important. It's a region of electromagnetic spectrum. Here another already I told you spectroscopy. So atomic spectroscopy, EMR interact with the atom, EMR interact with the types of spectroscopy is there. This is for, so this is for already I told you some type of molecular energy. Molecules have a liquid and gas phase. So possess the different type of energies. One is translational energy, E trans, rotational energy, E rotate, and vibrational electronic energy. So E total means we calculating the this is for the molecular energies. Here the types of molecular spectroscopy. So we are interact with the EMR is interact with the molecules. So UV visible spectroscopy, IR spectroscopy, Raman spectroscopy, NMR spectroscopy, ESR. There are the many kind of spectroscopies there. Today we are going to discuss about the NMR spectroscopy. So this is the workstation, the NMR image. So this is generated for the radiation, radio frequency instrument. This is for magnet, means paramagnet, dynamagnet. Higher magnet is inside, and then this is for the sample beam. So this is the working station for the nuclear magnetic resonance, NMR instrument. NMR instrument. Just you see that. So imagine. So here NMR interact between nuclei. Already I told you nucleus, the proton, neutron. So nuclei and radio frequency. Radiation is called of nuclear magnetic resonance, NMR spectroscopy. The nuclei of certain atom or molecule are considered to be spin. Spin means already you know the spin plus of and minus of, plus of and minus. So all type of nucleus of certain atoms or molecules are considered to be spin. So absence of external magnetic field. In case of absence of external magnetic field, spin state of nuclei are degenerate. It possesses equal energy. There is no any difference. So absence of external magnetic field. The molecule spinning of protons or neutrons are roaming all direction. So in case of presence of external magnetic field, the degeneration is removed. That is separate energy level is possible. Here the selection rule is either the mass number, atomic number and nuclei spin. Here in case of mass number is odd, atomic number is odd or even, whatever may be, the integral value is of 3/2, 5/2. So NMR is active. This is called as a selection rule. In case of mass number is even, atomic number is even, NMR is inactive, 0. The value, spin value is 0. Otherwise, if mass number is even, atomic number is odd, that is integral value is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a whole number. This is for NMR active. Some other deuterium, this is NMR active, but the signal is come too broadly. So this is for the selection rule for NMR spectroscopy. Already here the nuclei of NMR active. So once again I will tell you, if the number of neutron and number of proton, here the neutron, proton here, number of neutron and number of protons are even, then the nucleus have no spin. And then if the number of neutron is plus the number of proton is odd, so neutron is plus, the number of proton is odd, then the nucleus have the integral value of 3/2, 5/2. NMR is active. Here, so difference, n number of mass number is odd, or mass number of the nucleus have the off integral, odd number. So this is for the selection rule. Another one is number of neutron and number of proton is both odd. The nucleus have the integral spin is 1, 2, 3. Already I told you. So example for H1 NMR, here C13 and boron 11, F19 and P31. So this is called as all type of isotopes. This is NMR active. Okay. So let's see principles of NMR spectroscopy. I told you. So no external magnetic field. The theory behind the NMR comes from the spin of nucleus and it's generate the magnetic field. So without an external applied magnetic field, the nuclear spin are random in all directions. So absence of external magnetic field, the all direction. So it's, proton is spinning in all direction. So but the external magnetic field, what is external magnetic field? The magnet means magnet and radio frequency. So applied the external magnetic field B naught, the presence of nuclei align themselves either against the field of external magnetic field. So with external magnetic field, so it is a spinning is one direction, spinning is up or down. So there are the two possible, up or down. So in case of absence of external magnetic field, the spinning of nuclei is all direction. So presence of magnetic field with the external magnetic field, the spinning of protons is one direction, one is up or down, so align or against of the external magnetic field. So this is the principles of NMR spectroscopy. This is the principles of NMR spectroscopy. You see, this is the sample preparation. Just imagine, so this is the higher magnet around this instrument. You just put it our sample, prepare you any one organic compound, you soluble with CdCl3 or DMSO. So whatever the there is no any hydrogen atom, so detonated solvent we have used here. So you just prepare the sample and involved in insert in this higher magnet. So what will be happen? So in case of there is no any external magnetic field, so this proton is rolling in all direction. So you suddenly insert in the magnet, the higher end magnet. So suddenly the molecule acts as a degenerate. The nucleus are the electrically charged, and many have the spin of cause them the behavior of magnet. So no field, this is for the no field. So the proton is spinning in all direction. So magnetic field is there. So nucleus with the spin higher energy generate the magnetic field, and the opposite of direction of the external magnetic field. And then is another one is lower energy of generate of the magnetic field of direction of the external magnetic field. So in case of you give the energy, so suddenly the lower energy and higher energy will be occur. The energy gap of corresponding the radio frequency. You see here some animation is running. So this is for the magnetic north and south. So the processing here, normal processing here. The lower energy, the higher energy. So this is for magnet, this is for south side and north magnet. So the degeneracy will be it is a formation of means alpha state and beta state will be. H nu is equal to delta E. So plus of or minus of. Plus of means alpha state, minus of is beta state. So this is called as a spin energy state. So B naught is external magnetic field. Here is we can represent the magnetic moment of our nuclei of single arrow. You just imagine. So just imagine the same energy. So this is for lower energy. Lower means we give the some energy. This for against, and then some other it's aligned. So our is Bohr magnetic along with this. So this is for aligned and opposite with magnet, external magnetic field, right? So this is for the block diagram of instrumentation. This is for sample tube. So we can prepare any samples and insert here. So this is for the radio frequency coil here. It is a very big magnet is here, and magnet control here. So it is connected with the detector, and this is external radio frequency is give to here the sample. So there are the two possibilities there. So magnet is already some give the electrical magnetic field, and you give the external magnet radio frequency. The some other photons is give the signals. Suddenly the detector will be detected and then observed, and we take the printout. So this is the block diagram of the NMR instrument. Superconducting magnetic. Here we are talking about the magnet, superconducting magnet. Type 1. The superconductive conductors have been the limited practical useless. The superconductors made from the alloy are called as type 2 superconductor. So beside being the mechanical harder than type of 1 superconductor. So what type of this is niobium, titanium, NBN, and niobium, titanium, NB3SN, and magnesium diboride. So this is for the type 1 superconductor. So the wall of the vacuum chamber are constructed of the either non-magnetic stainless steel or glass reinforced polymers. So this is for image of NMR magnetic station. You see inside this for magnet, and you probe here you insert the sample tube in the field of the magnetic field, and so this is generate the radio frequency, give the radio frequency, suddenly you will get some signal from this instrument. Okay, so diamagnetic and paramagnetic shift. What is meant by diamagnetic and paramagnetic shift? So S electron is molecule have the spherical symmetry, already know very well. The producing the magnetic field which opposite the applied field. This means of the applied field, the strength must be increased for the nuclei. So to observe the at the transition frequency, this upfield shift is also termed as a diamagnetic field. So S electron in the molecule have the spherical symmetry. So producing the magnetic field which opposed to applied field. Another one, the electron p orbital have no spherical symmetry. That is called as a dumbbell. So they produce the comparatively large magnetic field. So in the nucleus, which have the low field shift. That is called as a de-shielding, is termed as a paramagnetic field. Okay, so we have the diamagnetic and paramagnetic shift is here, right? Another one important, Larmor frequency, the resonating frequency or Larmor frequency. So this is the choosing. So the Larmor frequency is related to external magnetic field strength B0 by the gyromagnetic ratio is gamma. So calculating. So why what type of magnetic we are using? So that is very important. This is omega is equal to B0 by lambda. So magnetic field measured by in Tesla. So this is the fundamental concept is nucleus of particles of proton. The gyromagnetic ratio is in megahertz in Tesla. 42.58 is the standard. So this is for helium is minus 32.4, C13 is 10.71. So you can calculate easy. For example, 500 megahertz for NMR, the magnetic field strength of 500 divided by 42.58. So this is for the gyromagnetic ratio in lambda. That value is 42.8. So you divide it, you suddenly you will get the value for 11.72 Tesla. So this is for the earth magnetic field. So in case of 11.742 Tesla means called as the 500 megahertz. So in case of 300 megahertz, 500, 800 megahertz, you can calculate here divided with 42.58. This is for the standard value for gyromagnetic ratio. So this type of calculation you can calculate the what type of magnet is here. You can easily find out this resonating frequency, Larmor frequency related the external magnetic field. So right, the sample preparation, choose the clean and proper NMR 5 mm glass tube and 5 mm PTFE tube. So this is for the specially made for prepared tube. So 5 mm glass tube and 5 mm PTFE tube. So this is very expensive. This one NMR tube is very expensive, more than 2000 rupees. The solvent selection, proper deuterated solvent for two reasons. One is locking, two is signal masking. So there is of solvent, so options of hydrogen very important, and then concentration is 0.2 to 0.3 millimole. So very important. In case of concentration very low and concentration very high, the signal is very abnormal. So concentration is 0.2 to 0.3 millimoles. Our signal is very clearly it will become. The volume of solution record to 0.5 ml and height of the sample is 4.5 to 5 cm. So NMR tube cleaning for dye trying. Don't keep NMR tube in the oven and store in desiccator. So very important, the tube is very clearly, right? Okay. Another one, types of NMR spectroscopy. So this type of spectroscopy gives to information. Types of NMR spectroscopy. So there are the many type of spectroscopy is there. Proton NMR spectroscopy, C13 NMR spectroscopy, P31 NMR spectroscopy, Si229 NMR spectroscopy. There are the many spectroscopies there. So for example, Fourier transform FTNMR, high resolution solid state NMR, F19, SN119 and PT195. So TE123, XE129. So we have there are the advanced type of NMR spectroscopy. We call easily we take these type of element, take easily NMR spectroscopy. Right. Okay. So another one is important, chemical shift. What is chemical shift? So just imagine, so we prepared one compound, we take the one NMR sample preparation and we collect some signals. Chemical shift is defined after nuclear shielding. Chemical shift is a function of the nuclear and its environment. So it is measured relative to the reference compound. For proton NMR, reference to usually the tetramethylsilane. So this is for tetramethylsilane is very important. So this is for the reference electrically and magnetically equivalent, because of SIs give the only one signal. For it is a upfield is it will become to 0. So this is for delta is observed minus with TMS with tetramethylsilane divided by so instant. So for example 4 ppm is 500 megahertz, 4 equal to mu observed by 0 by 500 2000 hertz. So we can easily calculate the chemical shift. 1 second please madam. The chemical shift, so required field of difference between the hydrogen of the sample and that of TMS tetramethylsilane, the chemical shift delta is observed the position of the peak hertz and operating the frequency of instrument into 10 to the power of 6. So we can easily calculate the 200 megahertz 46 700 hertz proton NMR acetone peak of 436 hertz. This is one calculation. So we can easily calculate the chemical shift. Here the spin-spin coupling. So nucleus, the spin-spin coupling occurs between spinning nuclei, such as small interaction coupling with between two groups of proton. Spacing between the peaks is measured in H and called as coupling constant J. The spin-spin coupling, the coupling occurs between the spinning nuclei, such as small interaction coupling between two groups of proton. Spacing between the peak measured in H and called as a coupling constant. Proton number spectrum showed the peak like single line, that is called as singlet, splitting of the 2 peaks doublet, splitting of the 3 peaks triplet, and splitting of 4 peaks, that is quartet. Splitting of multiplet, there are the spin-spin coupling. So one atom is coupled with another one, that is spin-spin coupling. Factor influence of spin-spin coupling. Here the multiplicities of the multiplet in given by the number of equivalent proton in neighbor atoms plus 1. So n plus 1 rule here we are talking about. Equivalent nuclei do not interact with each other. The coupling constant is not depending on the applied field, and multiplets can be easily distinguished from the closely spaced chemical shift peaks. So spin-spin coupling is we can easily find out the neighbor atoms, neighbor groups. So in case of singlet, doublet, or triplet, or multiple, whatever may be, we can easily calculate. The n plus 1 rule is very helpful to find out the neighbor nuclei, so interact with the NMR spectroscope, right? Chemical shift value. There are the possible here 0 to 11. This is for proton NMR spectrum, proton NMR spectrum. So here the unit is ppm, parts per million. So this is for 0 to 6 is high field and above low field. So which one is a high field? 0 to 6 it's a high field, and 6 to 11 or 6 to 12 is low field, right? Upfield, this is called as upfield is shielding, downfield is de-shielding. Upfield is shielding, downfield is de-shielding. Here are some chemical values. You see here the chemical shift is trending with it. Some aliphatic hydrogen groups, aliphatic hydrogens appeared in 1 to 0. Some other alkyl or proton alpha or keto groups is observed in 0 to 2 to 3 or 2 to 4, 5. Some other olefinic groups is appeared in 5 to 6 olefins. Some other aromatic groups appeared in 6 to 7 to 6 to 7.5. So this is aromatic amides or aromatic groups. Some other acid alkyl. So this is for only proton number spectrum. In case of carbon 13, so it is a range for 0 to 200. So proton NMR is only for s orbital spherical shape. So only one atom. So this is for the 100% natural abundance. So if you take the proton NMR spectrum, just we give the 52 second enough to get the NMR spectrum. So C13 NMR spectrum. So, there are the many more than 1000 seconds we are waiting there because of C13 is one type of isotopes, because of C12 is our atomic mass number. So we are the NMR active is C13 only. So abundance very low, 1.1 percentage of natural abundance. So you waiting for the many times, so more than 1032 seconds you are waiting to get the collect the NMR spectrum. So suddenly 0 to 15 for proton NMR spectrum range ppm, but C13 NMR having the ppm is 0 to 200 ppm. This range will be very high. So you just here the C13 NMR is you can calculate the how many carbon present in your molecule. So 0 to 10, so you can aliphatic CH3 or CH2, and then 10 to 20 CH2, CH3, some other groups, methane, methylene, methyl, methylene group is present, and 50 to 60 carbon adjacent to alcohol or ketones, and then 80 to 100 the olefinic compounds. The more aromatic conjugated alkene is present in 100 to 150, and then some other electromagnetic groups, keto groups present, that is appeared in downfield for us about 200 ppm. So this is for the C13 number of spectrum for chemical spectrum. So in case of we take the some example for the ethanol containing the 6 proton, you see the ethanol formula CH3 CH2 OH. So how many environment is there? 3 environment is there. 1, 2, 3. Here 2 carbon is present, 3 hydrogen is present. First A is CH3, B is CH2, and C is OH. So here is oxygen is electronegative groups is there. So is appeared in, there is spin coupling is not appear. So only one signal is there, broad signal is there. So this is for OH is inside. So you get only one peak. Otherwise n plus 1 rule is possible. So here in case of you take the CH2, so neighbor group CH3. So once n plus 1, so you get the quartet, and CH3 is B group is triplet. So this is for signal for B, you take this A, and A take this B. So this is for the ethanol containing the 6 proton, which is can be divided in 3 environmental of polymer. So low resolution of NMR, it shows the 3 signals, 3 different kind of the protons. The multiplicity of the signals is due to the spin coupling. Here the methyl proton, a number of neighbor protons, n is equal to 0, n plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 signals. For example, for ethanol, right? Signal of methyl group proton in splitting of 3 integer, 1 is to 3 is to 1. First 3 signals, and 1 is to 3 is to 1. Methylene proton having the n is to 3, the methylene proton n minus 1 plus n3 plus 1, 4 signals, quadret. So there are the signals for the 1 quadret, 1 triplet, and 1 signal. There are the 3 divided into 3 environment, but the spinning is doublet, singlet, triplet, and quadret, right? So this is for the signal methylene per proton into 4 integers, 1 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. For example, hydroxy proton, the no multiplicity of, this is for the Pascal triangle. Pascal triangle, singlet is 1, doublet is 1 is to 1, and triplet is 1 is to 2 is to 1. The quadret is 1 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. In case of pointed textate subject, there are the Pascal triangle is possible. So this is for the signals of NMR. So factor affecting of skimming, solubility of your sample, liquid height and position of the sample tube, solid particle and present in your solution, viscosity of solvent and solution, radical paramagnetic material, solution of the salt concentration, NMR tube dimension, and clearness. This is for the factor affecting of skimming of sample, right? And then NMR signal detecting the Fourier transfer. So this is for the signal, you get the time domain. So NMR signal of collecting the time domain signals, signals of Fourier transfer, Fourier, the signal is Fourier transformed and get the frequent domain signal, frequency domain signal. You get this type of signal. So you collect this domain signal, and finally you get this frequency. Fourier transfer, the mathematically calculation, okay? And applications of NMR spectroscopy. What are the applications? The structural property, 1D, one dimensional NMR spectroscopy. Proton NMR and C13, F19 depth. So this is for the 1D NMR spectroscopy. 2D are multi-dimensional NMR spectroscopy of various nuclei. The physical properties. So this is a variable temperature NMR spectroscopy, low and higher temperature experiment, and relaxation analysis, T1, T2 experiment, and diffusion analysis, dose C experiment, mixture of analysis of molecular rate of distribution. So if you have prepared any one drugs, so you take all type of NMR, 1D NMR and 2D NMR, physical property, variable temperature, and relaxation analysis, different analysis. So this is the NMR applications of NMR spectroscopy. So in case of you collect the all type of NMR spectroscopy, suddenly you find out the what are the structure of compound, what are the structure of unknown compound. You can easily find out. In case of natural compound, some other unknown organic compound. So A plus B and you get the C in product. So C product is you cannot find out the structure. So in case of you take this all type of spectrum, you take you find out the new molecules. You find out the new molecules. So this is for the in case of so many kind of natural compound, you find out the solution stating based on the NMR spectroscopy, right? So this is for, you see the 1D NMR spectrum, the proton NMR spectrum. So proton NMR spectrum, you see that this is a 0 to 14. Here is the number of seconds. So just 52 seconds is possible, right? So this is for the proton NMR spectrum, like this, right? Another one, C13 NMR spectrum. In case of take this 0 to 220. So this is for ethyl benzene structure. You collect the there are the three signals. So this is the NMR spectrum, right? C13 NMR. So this is for the depth NMR. In case of our carbon having the methyl group or methyl group, odd carbon and even carbon, CH2 and CH3 or CH4, whatever the may be, in having your molecule, you just take the distortional enhancement polarization transfer spectrum, depth spectrum. You collect the up or down position. So C13 one type of advantage in case of CH2 is in your molecule, or CH3 in your molecule, or CH4 in your molecule. So you can easily find out the depth NMR spectroscopy. And the basic 2D NMR spectroscopy, there are the homonuclear technique. For example, Cauchy spectrum, correlation spectroscopy, hydrogen-hydrogen correlation, hydrogen-carbon correlation, that is TOC, total correlation spectroscopy, NOC, ROC, HSQC, HMBC, HMBC. There are the heteronuclear techniques. So this is for the comparison with 2D NMR spectroscopy, two-dimensional NMR spectroscopy. This is a advantage. First we talking about the one-dimensional NMR spectroscopy. The second we talking about the second two-dimensional NMR spectroscopy. So you see like that. So this is the Cauchy spectrum of ethyl benzene. Here the proton and here the C13. This is for the CH Cauchy spectroscopy. So this is for the Cauchy hydrogen-hydrogen Cauchy spectroscopy, right? So another one is HSQC spectroscopy. So this is for the C13 proton and C13. You can calculate the easily, right? Then and HMBC. So you calculate the C13 and carbon with some other spectrum of HMBC, heteromolecular. So this is the proton number spectrum of ethyl benzene. So easily collect the here the CH3 signal. CH3 signal appear at the 0 and CH2 appear at the just from 2 to 2.5, and this is for the aromatic group. Total group is appeared in 7 above the 7. So this is the proton number spectrum of ethyl benzene. So another one important point. So MRI scan. We are involved in any accident. So suddenly you have the head injuries. So this suddenly you take the MRI scan. What is MRI scan? The NMR spectroscopy advanced one type is MRI. In case of your head is injured, our body is injured. So suddenly you go to your body inside of the MRI instrument. So you get the diagonal. So this is for MRI. You collect the some in case of blood clotting, some area is blocking. You just image the image is finding. So this is for the advantages of NMR spectroscopy. MRI is in medicinal field, right? Okay. So pharmaceutical industry, there are the many drugs is synthesized R&D department every day. So suddenly they are taking important drugs in pharmaceutical industries, right? So take and collect the from and then find out the new drugs in industry, pharmaceutical industry, right? So you prepare any new drugs, you find out the take NMR spectrum. There are many pharmaceutical industries there. Our India, Sun Pharma, Aurobindo, Pramal Chemicals, and Indus, Cipla, Dr. Reddy's Lab, Lupin. So this is the most powerful pharmaceutical industries. There are here, these persons are taking the more NMR spectrum every day, right? Okay. And then another important allowed world, Fulbachar and Allergigan, and there are the many chemical companies there in all over the world, and this is some companies, Merck, Aventum, Evonik, and DSM, Unilever. So this is the all over world chemical companies. So this is for the top 5 Korean chemical companies: LG Chemical, Lotte Chemicals. So there are the SK Chemicals, Tumco Chemicals. There are the top Korean chemical companies. There are the many kind of chemicals is prepared the pharmaceutical industry, right? Leading Indian companies for knowledge in chemical sectors: Cipla, Ranbaxy, Reddy's Lab, Lupin, Aurobindo Pharma, United Phosphorus, the Candila Healthcare. So this is the Bayer crop science. So this is the Sun Pharma. So this is our Indian company, the leading Indian companies in pharma drugs, right? Okay, list of the chemical companies in 92. So this is for the list, and so now I am going to conclude my topic, the analysis of molecular structure and identification unknown chemical substance. So qualitative analysis, polymer chemistry, quality control, and food chemistry. The analysis of mixer, the food chemistry and biochemistry, dynamic, chemical reaction speed, identification, binding and sites and interaction. The relaxation study, molecular mobility of interaction distance, the diffusion of coefficient, molecular weight, and the conformation of polymers. So this is the very advantage and conclusion. So Nobel Prize has awarded twice for the work related to NMR. So F. Bloch and E.M. Herschel received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1952 for the first experimental verification of the phenomenon, and Professor R.R. Ernest received the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1991 for the development of NMR techniques. Since its record 50 years ago in 1945, it has spread from the physics to chemistry, bioscience, material research, and medicinal diagnosis. Right? Okay. So students, if you have watched my YouTube channel, The Life with Chemistry, so there are many kind of subject and job opportunity, some new thoughts, research. So everything is I posted in my channel, Life with Chemistry. So you go through my channel, and if you like, and subscribe, right? Okay. Thank you once again. So I'm very happy. The Department of Chemistry, Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, give me a wonderful opportunity to deliver my talk. So if you have any doubts and clarification, please ask the students. Thank you once again, the management of Ramakrishna Arts and Science College. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
The session is very informative, sir.
Yes, madam. Thank you very much, madam.
Students, if you have any doubts, you can ask. You can raise your queries now. You can unmute your mic and ask your question, otherwise post it in chat box.
So one question from the chat box: NMR spectrometer provide the which method determining the structure in soluble chemical compound? I mean accurate or inaccurate, destruct or non-destruct. So NMR is in case of your compound is very pure, so definitely you can easily find out the structure. So NMR spectrometer, NMR spectroscope method is only for solution state. So you can easily find out the structure in solution state. So this is very accurate. If your molecule is very pure, so that definitely you can find out the structure. Right. So sir, any other question? Does the integral of NMR spectrum always match the structure of the compound? Integral NMR spectrum always match the structure of compound. So So integral means you mean integral value. I means selection rule. The integral of n always match to structure of the compound. Yes. At the to the NMR spectroscopy distinguish the COVID-19 pandemic. Yes. Now our my friend Dr. R. Bhaskar in IIT Chennai. So there are the many research is going. The NMR drug every day there are the pharmaceutical companies prepared and checking. They frequently they are checking NMR. The pharmaceutical company or some other research professors, right? IIT, IIC, some other professors doing this type of drug preparation, and every day they are taking NMR spectroscopy and find out the new structure and give the pharmaceutical industry. They can collaborate with the pharmaceutical industry. That's to the NMR spectroscopy to distinguish COVID-19. Okay. So, is there any questions?
Any other questions, ma'am? No other questions, sir.
Okay, madam. Okay.
Can we end the session, sir?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Good morning to all. Good morning to all. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this event. First of all, I would like to thank our management, principal and secretary, Dr. D.L. Shivakumar, for successful completion of this event. Then I would like to thank our Dean, Dr. Hedna Ravati, School of Science and Humanities, for her continuous encouragement and moral support. Then I thank our chief guest, Dr. V. Mohan Raj, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Manomaniyam Sundarnari University, Constituent College, Kanyakumari, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace this occasion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And I'm happy to express a vote of thanks to our HOD, Dr. T. Sasikala, and my faculty colleagues, and the other faculty from various colleges that has made this webinar a grand success. Finally, I thank the wonderful students who learned in such a great number. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.